It's the National Football League on EA Sports, and the wait is over for this rivalry game. It's the Washington Commanders and the Dallas Cowboys on Thursday night primetime.
It's a stadium so big you can easily spot it flying into Dallas-Fort Worth for a game. This is AT&T Stadium here in Arlington. Joined by a former NFL quarterback up in the booth, Mr. Brock Heward. I'm Kate Scott, and Brock, you can brag if you'd like to, because I know you had quite the big arm in your days with the Huskies and the Seahawks in Seattle. Well, we've got a couple of quarterbacks here who also know how to push that football down the field.
Yeah, you got a couple QBs who are going to keep these defenses honest today, because the moment they get greedy in coverage or get too aggressive in the pocket, either of these quarterbacks can drop a dime, drop a deep throw right over them for big yardage, and maybe 6 points too.
Matt Gay now ready to get this one started. And off we go from Dallas. Here's Kevontae Turpin on the return. And this return gets to the 30 before he stopped. So here come the Cowboys for their opening drive. Bringing them out is a Mississippi State fourth-round pick in 2016 who's found considerable success in this league, Dak Prescott.
I don't think I'm alone in this, Kate. To me, Dak is one of the easiest players to root for their success in the NFL. I think for me and for many others, well, it's based on all he's overcome, from tough playoff losses to significant injuries. But his leadership, his stats, his ability to play like an MVP in big moments, at his best, he really is all you could ever ask for.
Now for the first time, they turn to the rookie from Texas. And they'll manage to contain him after about a 6-yard pickup. Frankie Louvu there for the tackle. Give him around 6. That's going to make it 2nd and 4.
That does not show up on any explosive stat sheet, but let me tell you, Kate, that's the real deal right there. You run for that kind of yardage consistently in the NFL, you do set yourself up for success.
2nd and 4. And he doesn't see a window he likes, so he just got rid of that one. And then brings up 3rd down.
This is why we hear about closing speed so often when you evaluate players. You know, once he senses the pressure, he's getting rid of that ball. It takes a player who can close quickly to get to him before it's released and alter that throw.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Throw complete to Lamb. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains.
You know, I often say there is a fine line between aggressiveness and carelessness. And when you throw into double coverage, well, it can go either way. That time, a tremendous catch by his receiver on the other end.
On 1st down, they'll run. And they're going to stop him after he wiggles his way forward for 2.
I think one thing you learn, Kate, when you transition from college to the NFL, not every run is going to be a big play. Some of them, well, they're just destined to end in a minimal gain, and some of them will set up that critical play action for later.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Dak now from the gun. Ferguson there to bring it in. And this is marked down right along that 40-yard line. He finds him 16 yards and a new set of downs.
Good offenses. Okay, good play callers know how to utilize their personnel. They know where they wanted him. They wanted him on a route in space where he could make that initial play comfortably, but then go to work after.
They have another 1st and 10 on this opening drive. This one from the opposing 40. Back to throw. Here's Dak. Short pass caught by his tight end. And he's brought down at about that 27-yard line. A nice gain of 13 yards as it brings up a 1st down.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Now their opening drive certainly going according to plan, Brock. It's a new set of downs at the 27. Here's Prescott, 1st and 10. It's taken in by Lamb. And he gets this down to the 13-yard line. They'll get 14 yards and a new set of downs.
Part of the reason I leave you pregame, Kate, and get down to that field and watch these guys throw and catch is I want to see their timing. I want to see their anticipation. That is picture perfect right there. A crossing route thrown that quickly tells me these two are on the same page.
Throwing on first is Prescott. He brings it in. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line.
Kate, I don't know why every once in a while I'll get these little flashbacks, but a little play like that just flashes me back to the preseason, my first preseason, where one of the veteran QBs said, hey, Brock, whatever you do, just find completions. You will never go broke taking a profit. Go get a completion. They're at a premium in this league.
Escapes the pocket. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And that pushes them back. 3rd down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now, well, now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Let's see what they draw up on this 3rd and 7. Here's the lone back on the handoff. And he runs into some big bodies, and he's stopped right at the line. No gain on the run, so they're left with 4th and 7.
Job one of so many D tackles in this league is eat up space. Don't get moved off your spot. But the difference makers, they just not only eat the space, they eat those runners too.
So 4th down brings out Brandon Aubrey to try for the Cowboys field goal. This only a chip shot from the right hash. Gay's kick is good. And the opening drive of the game ends in 3 points.
I never saw a play script that ended with a field goal. It was always a touchdown that you wanted. But that's 3 points, and it's enough to give them the lead.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. This return starts at the 5. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. So now the Commanders will get their turn at an opening drive of the game. They'll be led out by an elite runner, one of the game's top dual-threat young quarterbacks. He was taken 2nd in 2024, Jaden Daniels.
Jaden's the closest thing we've seen to Lamar Jackson. And while there's only one Lamar Jackson, the 2-time MVP, Jaden's going to push him a little bit in this league. He is a tremendous athlete. Over 1,000 yards rushing down the SEC, and he's just got the instincts, the feel to know when to run it. And man, he can also sling it. A quick, compact, accurate release. I can't wait to watch this guy's skill set unfold in the NFL.
Has him on the quick hitter. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
Kate, when Bill Walsh was implementing the drag route with the 49ers in the 80s, it sounded the same way as it did with Mike Holmgren and me with the Seahawks in the 2000s versus man on a drag route, run away. You see zone coverage, settle down, give your quarterback his numbers, and you can find a completion just like that.
And they'll make the stop up at the 46-yard line.
Not that he needed to, but he'll always try and remind people that he's a threat running it, in addition to slinging it all over the field.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. They send one of the tight ends in motion right. Play fake here, Daniels. Into the hands of Terry McLaurin. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. How about 29 yards on that play, partner, as they get the chains reset?
If they get a handful of these types of plays per game, the pass game coordinator is going to be one happy camper.
All right, all set up now. 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Daniels. He won't be able to make the catch. It's incomplete.
Perhaps a bit late breaking towards the ball, but still just enough time to get a finger on it and knock it away.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Shotgun snap, a give to Robinson. Oh, he drops a cut to the right sideline. And they bring him down at the 7-yard line. They'll have first and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
Some backs are easier to tackle than others. Some, well, they just choose violence. They look for those opportunities to bust through tackles and keep those legs pumping.
Here's Robinson. And they beat him to the edge. That run stopped back at the line. No gain that time, and now it'll be second and goal.
You know, Kate, these are the situations in training camp that I love more than anything to watch. You learn so much about a football team in these goal-to-go situations. You know you got to protect that goal line, and the defense, well, they did the job on first down. More to come.
Once more, it's Robinson. And they'll make this stop after a small push to the 5. He gets 2 on that run. That brings up third and goal.
Well, you're getting a little bit closer, but you can feel the pressure starting to mount. Unless you're committed to playing 4 downs here, this becomes a critical third down call.
Daniels, third and goal. The back's got it.
All you can do is shake your head sometimes. Sure, the pass play works, but they come up just an inch or 2 short for the first down.
Less than a yard, all that's needed on fourth and goal. They'll run it with Robinson. And he's in for the touchdown. The Commanders pull ahead 6-3 in the first. So, Brock, they take a gamble, and it pays off with a big touchdown on fourth and goal.
And they do it on the ground as well, and that just speaks volumes. That's confidence that you can own this line of scrimmage, and your back will see a lane and will get the job done. That just infuses your team and your sidelines with so much confidence.
That one right down the middle. And the Commanders one up the opposing field goal. They start with 7 on their opening drive. Here's Gay now to handle the kickoff. Turpin with a return. And this will give them decent field position. The return gets out to the 30. Back out come the Cowboys for their second drive. And their last drive did end in points. Not as many as they wanted, though. They had to settle for that field goal despite advancing the football pretty well. First and 10 now from the 30. From the gun is Prescott. It's caught, Ferguson. And they get him right at the line of scrimmage.
Man, the defense was all over that throw, able to stop it right at the line. They could smell that one coming, and they sniffed it out in a hurry.
Second and 10, need to get some positive yardage here. Throwing now from the gun. That winds up incomplete and brings an end to our opening quarter. We've arrived at the end of one on Thursday night. 7-3 is our score. Back to AT&T Stadium in just a moment. Second quarter all set to begin, and it'll be Cowboys football. They have it 3rd and 10. Rams got it on the sideline. It's a 21-yard gain, and it'll be first down, Dallas.
You want to know why we see so many gray hairs, Kate, on these D coordinators we meet with? It's plays like that. These D coordinators hate quarterbacks that can escape the pocket, escape the blitz, and make you pay with completions.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Here's a give up the middle. And he takes it up and across midfield to Commanders territory. It's a gain of 3 for him. That brings up 2nd and 7. Back to the well again. And he's tackled with the first down yardage.
I think with that call, they were trying to set him up with a short 3rd down run, but he said, nope, not on my watch. I'll just go get it all right here. Now, playbook's wide open for 1st and 10.
New set of downs for him at the 38. First and 10, Prescott has it downfield working the left. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They managed 22 on the rip and a first down.
And those are the completions they rely on from their passing game.
Up to the line, and they're set. First and 10. First down, here's Dak. Throw secured by George Pickett. And he's going to be tackled, but still all the way down to the 6.
The goal of that little drag route is to get him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. That picked up a good chunk, and it was nearly a big play.
In a good spot here, 2nd and inches. Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll get them enough for a first down.
That's certainly a spot where you could be more aggressive, Kate, if you wanted to take your shots. But some coaches, even the bolder ones, will take the safe play first when they get it from time to time. No 3rd down required now.
This offense in position now. It's 1st and goal. Another carry for him. Is in. Touchdown, Dallas. The Cowboys take a 2nd quarter lead. They kept it on the ground as opposed to airing it out, and that time, well, Brock, the ground game paid off.
Well, these great rushing attacks down here that could score rushing touchdowns, it takes the whole party getting involved. Yeah, the burst of the running back was tremendous. How about the launch of his blockers right off the line of scrimmage? That's a touchdown the entire way, and it took the entire group offensively.
Brandon Aubrey now on for the extra point. Right down the middle, it's good. And the Cowboys push their lead to 3. Aubrey now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. And look at this return. And a good return here as he gets it out past the 35. The Commanders and Brian Robinson Jr. running back on now. And I think they'd be content doing everything the same as their prior drive and getting another touchdown here. Commanders starting out in a good spot this drive as they get set. 1st and 10. Out of the gun, Daniels. Ertz reels it in. And he'll get it up to the 44.
Quarterbacks will look for their tight ends short in just about any situation. They take away the deeper options. Well, there's their consistent source of positive yardage, the trusty tight end.
Nice spot here for the offense. It's 2nd and 1. Daniels from the pistol. He'll get it complete to Brian Robinson Jr. Just a couple of yards here as he heads for the sideline. It's a meager 2-yard gain, but that's enough to award them the 1st down.
A play like this, that's exactly where you want to get him the ball, right on the outside, where he's got the space and a lot more room to work.
New set of downs for him from the 46. Now Daniels off the play action. A lot of guys there, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Malik Hooker. And he makes the Huffs go. It's a touchdown on the pick 6. Well, you know this firsthand, partner. You get hit making a throw, you know this is a possibility. And that crowd cheer then confirmed it for him as he got off the ground, picked off, and in this case, taken back for 6 as well.
Yeah, I hated that sound.
I know.
Not only are the pads crunching me, but that crowd telling you it is going the other way. That's what you got to do to these quarterbacks in this league. You got to hit them, you got to harass them, and mistakes will follow.
For the point after, here's Aubrey. Extra point sent right down the middle. And the Cowboys make it a 10-point ball game. Well, Brock, hopefully some short memories on offense as they get it right back here on the kickoff after that pick 6. Return coming from the 6. And in the end, he's able to get it to what used to be a touchback. It's at the 25 after the return. Out comes the Commander offense for another series. They're down 10 partway through this one. Score is 17-7. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Daniels coming back after that pick. Throwing the out route complete. And he's going to go out of bounds. Looks a little short of the 35.
I know I could sound like a broken record when I talk about timing and getting the ball out on time and on rhythm, but these outcuts, it is so imperative, and the best of them make it look oh so easy.
2nd and 3 now. Now Daniels to throw. Able to find Ertz. And he'll go down, and we'll say right at the 39-yard line. That's good for 7 yards. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
Well, they got him down before he could do any more damage in terms of yards. That's no easy job, mind you, tackling a big tight end. But the main damage had already been done. He kept this drive going by getting beyond the line of gain.
First carry now for Austin Eckler. And he stopped after running it up across the 45 to the 46. It's a solid 7-yard pickup on 1st down. Now they're going to have 2nd and 3.
You know, this is an offense that will emphasize the ground game at different points of each and every contest. And as long as they can reliably get gains like this, it's not going to change anytime soon.
From the 46. Into the hands of Samuel, complete. And he'll get this down to the 33-yard line. That chunk worth a nice 21 yards. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, over the years, I have heard defensive coordinators say, hey, you got to earn the right to rush the passer. You got to earn the right for me to call blitzes. And when you call a blitz and you don't get home and you don't hit the quarterback, you've earned nothing.
Daniels on first down. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Gonna have to wait a little longer for his first catch of the game. And it's gonna be second down. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play. I think the defense is still turned around looking for where the ball is, because that QB and tight ends, they got that ball out in a hurry.
All plays on the table here for 3rd and 3. Off the play fake, he'll throw. Caught by the open man. And he's down to the 8 before going out. They'll have 1st and goal to go now after they gain 18 on the previous play.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield. Well, I'll tell you what that deflection is all about is following the quarterback's eyes. DB knew where that throw was going. With that intuition, he was able to get a hand on it and send it right out of bounds.
So the incompletion on first, here's 2nd and goal. From the gun, it's Robinson. And he won't challenge for the goal line. The stop made at the 4. It's a 3-yard pickup. That moves them a little bit closer. 3rd and goal coming up. We're to the 2-minute warning from AT&T. The Commanders at a disadvantage on the scoreboard. They've held them out twice. Here we go, 3rd and goal. From the gun, it's Daniels. And even on 3rd down, he sees no choice other than to get rid of it. Not the play they wanted. It's going to be 4th down.
I'll tell you this, Kate, that's we got to be on the same page with one another and get both ends of the play right to execute both the protection and ultimately completing that ball. They certainly want that play called back.
Up and good from Fairbairn. And that'll bring it back to within a score. The lead 7.
Well, that's the type of long, sustained drive that takes some of the starch out of your opponent. The only negative is that the kicking team was out there for a field goal and not an extra point. But they do come away with 3.
And just like that, we're back to a one-possession ball game as the kickoff is away. Short kick here, fielded at the 15. Tackle made as the return gets it out to the 32. The Cowboys returning their offense and this running back to the field. They seem likely to carry the lead into the locker room, but some points here to end the half could make things even more comfortable. It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. Throwing on first is Prescott. Got Lamb, and it's complete. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs. They'll head up 1st and 10 from the 42. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. Completed here to Pickens. Give him 18 yards on that play, Brock, and it gets him a 1st down.
Well, that's a game that has its roots in preparation during the week. That's Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday kind of stuff. Identifying ways to target the coverage and creating opportunities for big completions.
First down now, ball at the 39-yard line. Dak now from the gun. Throw complete to Lamb. And he's stopped at the 31-yard line.
The goal of running that drag route is to get it to him for at least a minimal gain with space to add after that. They picked up a good chunk, and there was nearly room to add even more.
After a good pickup, they're set up with second and short. Another throw for Prescott. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. Tough one to retain through that hit. But still plenty of options left on third and short.
I think that was a throw, Kate, that just came a little bit too late. What it did is it gave that defense time to come up and deliver a pop and knock the ball loose before he could secure it fully.
Looking to throw on third and 2. Complete beyond the marker. And he'll pick up enough to move the chains. The Cowboys signaling for their first time out. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime. They'll keep this drive moving and come to the line for first and 10. Dak throwing again. Dumps it off to his running back. And he's going to be stopped at the 17-yard line.
These intermediate gains, that's the wheelhouse for these two to connect on. Start the series off well, and it sure keeps the defense on its toes in case they try to load up and just simply cover the receivers.
After a good pickup, they've got second and 4. Prescott here from the gun. The throw is caught. And he'll get this inside the 10 to the 9. Now Dallas is going to call its second timeout. And they still have one in their pocket for what's left of this half. Four downs now to get in. Here's first and goal. From the gun is Prescott. Has it in close. And he's able to get it to the 2 before the stop. Now just before the break, a timeout taken by the offense. And they can try for some points going into the break. Now Brandon Aubrey will try to knock it through for the Cowboys. It doesn't get much easier than this. Gay's kick is good. And that'll push it to double digits in a 2-possession game.
Okay, one of the areas that kickers and quarterbacks are similar, they want to get into rhythm, and no better way to feel good and get into that rhythm than start a game 2 for 2 as a kicker.
Well, Brock, barring the touchback, this kickoff should run out the half, so better make that return good as it's away. And he opts not to bring this one out, so they're going to enjoy some good starting field position from the 30. Here comes the final play of our first half. He's back to throw. And that's incomplete. We've got a flag down, and there was contact, but is this going to go against the offense? That one on the offense, but declined, so we will indeed head to halftime. And on to Orlando for our halftime report from Jonathan Coachman.
All right, Kate, thanks very much. Back to you and Brock in a bit, but first, time for our EA Sports halftime reports. These two teams heading out of the tunnel. We're ready to get back to it. For the call of the second half, here is the great Kate T. Scott. Kate?
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Has this at the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. Out comes the offense for Washington to begin the third quarter. That passing game they went to in the first half, it's going to need to be firing to start this second half too as they chase this lead. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. They'll start the drive with Eckler. And he gets him around 6 there. Malik Hooker with the tackle. He managed 6 on the play, bringing up 2nd and 4.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Shotgun snap to Daniels. Fits it through the middle. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. He picks up 28 on the play. And that'll be good for a Washington 1st.
This entire play, Kate, depends on how well he can separate from his man. You get man-to-man coverage, it's really about 2 things, separation and trust. Because QBs want to throw it before he breaks, that's the trust, and then they got to believe that that separation can create the big play down the field.
An option give to Robinson. He's able to drive that pile about a yard. That was Micah Parsons making that play. Only gets a yard there to make it 2nd and 9.
The one thing I could say positive about the execution of that play is at least he didn't go backwards.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. He gets forward, and that's about 4 yards. Tackle made by Trayvon Diggs.
Hey, that's a pretty modest pickup for a QB keeper. On a traditional handoff, you'll take that yardage, but those QB keepers, so many times, they're really designed, Kate, for chunk plays in my double digits, and they nearly got it there.
Chance to move the chains here on 3rd and 4. Out of the gun, Daniels. He's on the move. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. That one gains 7. And the Commanders will have a 1st.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
1st and 10 now. Here's Daniels. And the 1st down pass sent away by a defender, incomplete.
You know, ball skills, they're not just a selling point for receivers entering the draft. Teams want defenders, especially in this day and age of the passing game, who can make plays on the ball too, especially on these deeper throws. He doesn't swat that one away. We could be looking at a huge gain.
Second down and 10. Daniels. This ball's cut by McCaffrey. And he gets this forward to the 19. Third and just 2 to go. Throwing now, Daniels. That's taken in by Samuel. And he's tackled with the 1st down yardage.
Well, he saw his guys pick up the blitz. Well, he felt them pick it up anyway if he wasn't looking at him. But with their effort on his behalf, I think this QB felt owed to them and the group up front to find somebody to get a completion so that effort up front wasn't in vain.
1st and 10, a run to Robinson. And he's going to take it in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders cut into the lead coming out of halftime. It's what every player who scores a touchdown wants to do, Brock. He wants to get right back there and put another 6 on the board.
I've never met an NFL player content with one end zone trip in a game.
Nope.
Yeah, if you're content, you're not making it to this league. You get one, you're instantly thinking of another, and the fortunate few are able to actually deliver on it.
Gay to add the extra point. The point after splits the uprights. And the Commanders cut it to a field goal game. Volley set up, and it's away. Just a 3-point game now. Turpin with a return. Now bottle him up as he gets the return to the 30. The Cowboys and quarterback Dak Prescott ready to get back to work. And like we've seen from him before, Brock, he got a good game going early through the air and kept the pressure up from then on. He's still taking it to him now as we work through this second half. First and 10 now from the 30. They'll motion Lamb right. Okay, the wide receiver's going to get it to begin the drive. And he found some running room for a nice gain. Call it 9 yards. Looked like a first for a moment. It's 2nd and 1.
Well, I know this. This staff loves the athleticism and versatility he brings to the offense. That's not only as a receiver, but as someone who can take occasional carries and turn them into good yards.
Handoff on 2nd and short. And that's good yardage there with a new set of downs to boot.
That right there, that will make the coaches happy. He didn't just get the first down, but got a healthy chunk of bonus yards afterwards.
First and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. First down, here's Dak. This is complete, Jalen Tolbert. And out of bounds right at the 40-yard line.
Kane, if you and I took a whirlwind tour and watched young quarterbacks, the hardest route to complete is this one. A lot of them could throw go routes and slants and drags and in cuts, but throwing that out route takes some time, takes some precision, and a whole bunch of trust between QB and receiver.
Now the first run of the game for Javonte Williams. And that hit stops him in his tracks. Nothing for them on 2nd down, and now it's 3rd and 1.
Hey, as much as I love talking about these physical matchups, right now this is psychological. This adds some layers to this 3rd down call. Do you try your hand at another run and hope it fares better? Tougher to go back to it again when it just gets stuffed.
Here's the give on 3rd and short. And he'll get this down at the 33-yard line. He gets 6 on that play. And that's good for a Cowboys first down.
Win the early battle. Get a little leverage. Low man wins off the line, and that's all that was needed to ensure that first down right there.
Ball at the 33 for first down. They give it to him again. Runs into traffic and hits a wall. No gain. Brought down by the future Hall of Famer, Bobby Wagner. No gain there that time, and it's 2nd and 10.
You want to see the term read and react with a little video in the football dictionary? That's it.
2nd and 10. Need to get some positive yardage here. Now here's Prescott. Nearly intercepted. Ooh, he almost had it. Couldn't bring it in. Incomplete. That brings up 3rd down.
I think if you look up in phase in the defensive encyclopedia, That is a picture-perfect form of it. He was all over him in coverage, really forcing the incompletion.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down. Back to throw. Here's Dak. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And this is down to the 28 before the defense halts it.
You can earn your money in the NFL in all sorts of different ways, but defensively, in a league where you're just not hitting as much in training camp, you're not tackling as much as they got to in the old days, when you can make a play in the open field, keep them short like that, I promise you some money will follow.
Gay's kick is good. And that'll double their lead to 6.
So many of these players on the field, Kate, they just strive for consistency, but not the kickers. They strive for perfection, and so far, he's just that.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Return coming from the 6. Coverage team gets him down at the 26-yard line. The Washington offense getting set for its next possession. They'll try to emphasize what worked on their last drive, which ended, Brock, in a touchdown. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10. Daniels from the pistol. Brought in right side. And the defense gets there to force a small loss.
Well, there was never a play in any playbook I ever saw designed for a lost yardage play when you throw the ball. But if there's any solace, at least it was 1st down. A couple more chances to make up for it.
Back to the line they go. It's 2nd down. From the gun, it's Daniels. Has him on the quick hitter. Jukes one defender. And he'll get it out to the 34 before he's tracked down.
This really isn't a route designed for a lot of yards, Kate. You're just trying to get a small handful and move on to the next down. Stay in rhythm. And anytime you can work some magic after the catch and stretch it out, those are welcome bonus yards.
Short yardage situation here. It's 3rd and 2. To throw, Daniels. That won't be caught outright. It's incomplete.
You know, 3rd and short is a difficult one to call. Do you want to run into the teeth of a defense looking for that handoff, or try to throw it to him and use the element of surprise? Evidently, well, that's one they should have run instead.
Commanders punting on 4th down, and they're going to bring out the ever-reliable lefty vets, Tressway. And little to nothing on that return as the coverage team gets to him. The home teams back out on offense. Their running back headed out once again. They've certainly had no issue scoring, but their opponents have been right there with them, so they could really use some more points on this drive. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Dak to the air here. It's taken in by Lamb. And that's good yardage with a new set of downs.
The smartest pass catchers I've ever been around, they know how to set up an outcut beautifully. They recognize when they have leverage, how to sell the deep route, and then boom, they just break it out as if it's nothing.
1st and 10 from a yard shy of midfield. Now we're on the counter. And he sneaks this through the middle, maybe a gain of 2. We've reached the end of the 3rd quarter on this Thursday night. The Cowboys have it with a lead, but the win's not secure just yet. Eight yards to go. Let's see how they approach this 2nd down. Dak out of the pistol. Short pass brought in. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
This defense didn't give up contain there, Kate. That was an instance where the more exciting plays were taken away downfield. And even looking to the tight end wasn't going to net them much.
So now here's 3rd and 5. Working out of the gun, it's Prescott. He has the first over the middle. And they finally bring him down, but that is a big gain and a new set of downs. They get 20 yards out of the play and move the chains.
Well, that one was drawn up and delivered beautifully, efficiently. If it's not circled on the call sheet already, you better believe it is now.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he'll come up with a gain of 3 on the run up the middle.
That's the kind of run play that feels like tug-of-war at field day. And you're just not moving the other side. Just a short run. Neither side feels particularly good about it, and we'll move to the next.
2nd down now, 7 to go. Back-to-back carries here. And a bit of deja vu as they stop him at the line once again.
Stopped right at the line, but might as well have been a loss of yards as far as the offense is concerned. It's always humbling when you try force versus force, and the defense wins out.
Let's see what they draw up on a 3rd and 7. Dak now from the gun. And he will score. Touchdown, Dallas! The Cowboys make it a 2-possession game here in the 4th. Well, we all know that he's somebody they like to have working down near the end zone, Brock, and there is so many ways they know how to use him down there.
Yeah, things are constantly different down there when you're trying to defend him, which is what makes defending him so tough, borderline impossible at times. He can make the smallest little tweaks to his route just like a receiver would, and it's a totally different animal, a nightmare for these defenses.
The Cowboys offense remains on the field. They're going to line up and go for 2 here. Right side, they're going to try it with the toss play here. Ooh, and he can't shake the defense. They track him down in the backfield, and this 2-point attempt fails. Well, I know we normally look for where the breakdown occurred here, partner, but I think he just made a really good play defensively to get back there.
Yeah, you're not just thinking. He absolutely did it. That defender was reacting. Go shoot your shot. And that is teaching tape for that.
Aubrey now to kick this one away. Here's a return from the 7. He stopped on the return at the 27. The Commanders all set to regain possession. They were only on the field for 3 plays their prior series, Brock. Let's see what changes they make to take over here. They're out and set, 1st and 10. Daniels now. Got a man, McCaffrey has it. And he's got a decent gain before being brought down. After a good pickup, they've got 2nd and 4. Now Daniels to throw. He finds Brown right side.
You know what I love to say? You never go broke taking a profit, and you often gain profits when you use your eyes as a quarterback. Those hitch routes, those underneath throws, oftentimes it's the eyes of the quarterback looking downfield, and then taking that short completion.
On first down, here's Daniels. Ertz reels it in. And the tackle's made just beyond midfield at the 48. It's a 13-yard play, and that's enough for the first.
You know, they really love that drag route because he's one of those guys that can count on not only to make the catch, but create after the catch. If they don't close on him quickly, he can add a lot of yards before someone tracks him down.
Daniels on first down. Throw complete to Eckler. And he's brought down at the line.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can you get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Again, Daniels to the air. Has a man, it's Brown. And he's marked down, looks like at the 32-yard line. The end result there, 15 yards and a first.
Gosh, I really like this receiver on that drag route in particular. Why? Because he's a guy that creates after the catch. They don't close quickly. He could take it to the house.
It's a new set of downs for him at the 32. They'll empty the backfield and motion him right. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. Well-timed strike by that defender to knock it free. So second down coming up.
Yeah, this game, you just can't make it harder than it needs to be. Just get the catch first. Guarantee your yards, and then worry about escaping defenders after the catch.
Second down and 10. Daniels. Able to find Ertz. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a first down. They pick up 20 yards there. And that'll be good for a Washington first.
Wow, certainly found the weak spot in the coverage with that catch. Really goes to show they trust every single player, receiver, running back, in that case, tight end, to be a playmaker in this offense.
And he'll go down shy the end zone. They mark him at the 4.
Kid, I promise you, if you and I got to travel the country and watch young quarterbacks, even really good high school quarterbacks, out routes are the hardest to complete. Slants, goes, fades, all that stuff comes somewhat naturally, but really trusting yourself to throw that out route.
And he's in for the Washington touchdown. The Commanders now within one score in the fourth. Terry McLaurin with the touchdown. Great opportunity to find a touchdown there, Brock, and they come through with 6.
Receivers want the ball everywhere on the football field. But you start smelling the end zone, they really want their chance. And they will tell you as a quarterback, just give me an opportunity and I'll make a play. And he sure did.
Gay with the point after. And the Commanders trim the deficit down to 5. So after making this a 5-point ball game, they kick it off. Returning it from the 16. And great starting field position here as they bring him down beyond the 40. The Cowboys offense now headed back to the field. And after that touchdown, cut their lead back to 1 score, Brock. A response in order as they take over. The Cowboys have it in great field position as they come up to the line, 1st and 10. Blown back in the backfield, and they give it to him. And his effort results in maybe 2 yards, but nothing more.
If there's ever a play we could call garden variety in the NFL, I think we just saw it right there. That's an uneventful run and a pretty sound stop there defensively.
8 yards to go. Let's see how they approach this second down. Dak off the play fake. Flushed out of the pocket. And they got there in time. He's taken down. Drive in dire straits. It's 3rd and 9. Back to throw. That's Lamb running a slant. And they push this down to the opposing 47-yard line. Now after making that catch, we see he's shaken up. Trainer's heading out to take a look. Football on that 47-yard line, 1st down. Plowing up the middle. And he'll only find 1 yard up the gut, 2nd down. Now we get another stoppage here, just 1:52 remaining. The defense burns a timeout. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. Trying the right side. And once again, he doesn't manage much before getting brought down. Washington calls it 2nd timeout. And they'll have just 1 left to burn now. And for the Commanders, a 5th defensive back out there. They're going nickel on 3rd down. Setting up to pass. Cut out left. And they get this down to the 28. Final timeout taken by the Commanders. That's all they had, so the offense free to start running the clock down now. Victory formation here. Looks like they're going to take a knee on 1st down. He goes to a knee as time winds down in this one.
This is situational football at its best. There's still some time left to bleed off the clock, but the really important thing here is you've got to bleed every second of that clock that you can.
2nd down. Probably going to see him kneel it again here. On 2nd down, a run with Williams. And the hit stuffs him cold. Wow, he maybe got back to the line. He didn't get anything on that run, so struggles on the ground, leaving them with 3rd and long.
Not every corner in this league can make the play he just made right there. Sure, there's pure coverage guys. Not really known for their tackling, but this guy, well, he's someone who isn't afraid to stick his nose in there and make a stop.
They drop to a knee, and what little time we have left here is going to tick down.
Nothing left to do now, Kate, but celebrate on one side and watch on hopelessly from the other. What a hard-fought effort to get to this spot, and now you can enjoy the victory.
So it's a win for the Cowboys. This was a game they had circled a long time ago, Brock. You bring a division rival into your building, you want to make a statement at their expense and get that W.
We know it's not just an axiom, right, that it's so hard to win any game in the NFL. It is. They're difficult to do. But a division rival in your own building, it almost feels like a must-win, and that's the juice they played with today.
So for Brock Eward, everyone here on our great crew, I'm Kate Scott, and this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Cowboys are winners as we say so long from Dallas.